If you're a therapist, a healer, or a coach just trying to make money online, you've probably been told to scale your business, hustle harder, and post every day to build your personal brand. And you've tried it. You've done the work. You've exhausted yourself in the process. And yet, you're still not where you want to be. Most online business advice wasn't built for people like you and me. Hi, I'm Cindy. I help therapists, healers, service-based providers build online income without burning out. Now, I have spent years in the trenches with people like you and me, people who got into this work to help, not to become full-time content machines. And I've watched too many of you burn out trying to follow blueprints that were never designed for the way that your work actually works. Many therapists and healers I work with aren't looking to work more hours. They're looking for a sustainable way to make money online through digital products and recurring income. And that's what we need to talk about today. Because by the end of this video, I want you to walk away with a completely different framework for how you think about building a sustainable business. One that actually fits into the life that you're trying to create. Not the one that looks good on social media platforms. The one that lets you breathe and live. A few years ago, I found a business course that I was just convinced that it would change everything. Now, this coach had results. She had testimonials. She had laid it all out for us, clear as day. What she said was, post every 2 to 3 hours on 5 different platforms. Repurpose the same content across all of them. 5 platforms every 2 to 3 hours? I'm sorry. When was I supposed to sleep? Or, I don't know, live? But she made it really clear. This was non-negotiable. She said everything in your personal life had to revolve around that posting schedule. Your morning, scheduled around content. Your evenings, scheduled around content. Family dinner, better have your phone nearby. And here's where it gets really frustrating. She showed us exactly how she did it and told us to copy this strategy step by step, like it was simple, like anyone could just do that. And here's the thing, even though something in my gut was screaming, this is just too much, I jumped in anyway because I accepted it. I told myself, this is just what I need to do to be able to move forward, to move the needle in my business. This is what success requires. And 3 months later, I was exhausted, completely depleted, and I couldn't keep up. My creativity was gone. My joy was gone. And the worst part? I started to resent my business, the thing that I had built to create freedom for myself. But stay with me because this is where everything started to shift. I didn't just feel tired, I felt like a failure. Everyone else in that program seemed to be doing it. So what was wrong with me? Why couldn't I keep up? And that's when something finally clicked. She could do it. Maybe some people can, but I couldn't. And more importantly, I didn't want to. Keeping up meant becoming a machine. And I didn't get into this work to lose my humanity. And here's what made it hurt even more. She wasn't some big marketer. She was a healer just like me. So I couldn't blame the advice. I could only blame myself. And it took me a long time to realize that her way of working wasn't wrong. It just wasn't my way. So let me just say what I think might be true for you. You're the person who got into this work because you felt called. Maybe you survived something hard and you wanted to help others find their way through. Maybe you've always been the one that people turn to, the ones that they talk to because they know you listen. And maybe you just know deep in your bones, that is what you were supposed to be doing. But no one prepared you for the business part. No one told you that trying to market yourself online would feel like like a second full-time job, especially when your actual work already takes so much emotional energy. No one told you that you'd lie awake at night wondering if you're doing enough, posting enough, showing up enough, being visible enough. Does that sound familiar? And here's what makes it worse. You're watching other people who seem to have endless energy for all this stuff, and they're thriving, or at least they look like they are. So then you start to wonder, is something wrong with me? Am I just not cut out for this? And I want you to know that there's really nothing wrong with you. And it took me a long time for me to realize that about myself. You and I were just handed business advice that doesn't fit. It's like being told to run a marathon in high heels. Sure, technically it's possible, but why would you want to do that to yourself? So here's the reframe that I want to offer you. Most business advice is designed for one thing: visibility at all costs. More posts, more platforms, more content, just more, more, more. But for people like you and me, that advice misses the point entirely, because you're not trying to become an influencer. You're trying to build something sustainable, something that supports your life, not consumes it. The businesses that actually work for people in our world aren't built on constant hustle. They're built on stability. So what does work for people like us? And I like to call it the safety net approach. This is how therapists and healers can make money online in a sustainable way without burning out. And it comes down to three things. So for number one, there's recurring revenue, income that shows up again and again, not just when you do that big launch or that hustle. Think memberships or subscriptions, products or services that people return to month after month. This is one of the most stable ways to make money online, especially for therapists who don't want to rely on client hours. Money that flows whether you've posted today or not. Now, here's the second one: leveraged offers. And all that means is that it's something that you create once that serves people over and over without you trading every hour for dollars. Digital products like, again, courses, programs, or resources that support online income without requiring more sessions. Something that will work even while you're resting. And so, 3, autopilot assets. That means tools that work for you 24/7. A quiz funnel, maybe, that qualifies leads while you sleep. An ebook that builds trust before someone ever talks to you. This is ethical digital marketing for therapists. Systems that educate and build trust even when you're offline. That's it. Recurring, leveraged, and on autopilot. These aren't flashy. They won't go viral. But they're the difference between white knuckling it through every month and finally having a safety net beneath you. This is what sustainable online income looks like for healers and therapists. Not hustle, not that constant posting, but a foundation that holds you when life gets hard and you just want to rest, when you need to step away, when the unexpected happens in life, because it will. Because life happens, doesn't it? And your business should be able to hold you and support you when that happens. And here's what I really want you to hear. You're not behind in your business. You're not failing, because I felt like I was. You've just been running on a treadmill built for somebody else's race. What if you could step off that treadmill and build something that actually fits for who you are and what you want in life? Remember that moment I told you about feeling like a failure because I couldn't keep up with a strategy that was never meant for someone like me? Here's the part I didn't tell you. I finally gave myself permission to stop chasing the impossible standard, and I started looking for something different. Not another post constantly or fail program, but a real path. A path that made sense for actually how I wanted to live. and I found it. I found a community of people building businesses the way I always knew it should be. People building real income streams around products and offers that they actually believe in without trading every hour for dollars. And for the first time, I stopped feeling crazy for wanting something different. Now, here's the honest truth, and I think this matters. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've made it. I'm still building. I'm still learning. And here's what's different for me now. I have a path that actually fits me and my lifestyle. I've built a quiz funnel that works for me 24 hours a day on autopilot. I've created resources that serve people even when I'm not online. And I'm part of a community where I hear real stories every single day. People just like you and me, building real stability one step at a time. That's what I want for you too. Not some overnight success fantasy, but a real starting point. The kind of foundation that means you're no longer doing this alone and you're finally building something that can hold you when life gets hard. Because you deserve that. The people who spend their lives holding space for others. That's you, right? And you deserve to be held too. So here's what I want to leave you with today. You got into this work for a reason. You're not just building a business, you're building a way to serve people who genuinely need what you offer. Don't let bad advice make you forget that. The hustle until you break version of success, it's not for you, and that's okay. And if it is for you, if that's what you like, that's okay too. But maybe what is for you is building something real, something sustainable, something that lets you show up fully for your clients, for your family, and for yourself without sacrificing your sanity to do it. And if you're sitting there thinking, all right, now what? Where do I even start? I want to give you the first real step. I put together a free guide called the Service Provider's Survival Guide. It's built specifically for people like us, the coaches, again, the healers and therapists who want to create real stability without burning out. No fluff, no posting every 2 hours, nonsense, just a real starting point for building the safety net that you and your business deserve. The link is in the description below, so go grab it. It's free, and it might just change the way you think about your business. Resilience in life, resilience in business. That's the goal. And you're already closer than you think. See you in the next video.